In the philosophy of Stoicism, true self-confidence is not a superficial trait rooted in external validation or fleeting achievements, but profound inner strength that emerges from mastering one's mind and emotions. Unlike the modern societal view that often equates confidence with arrogance, bravado, or external markers such as wealth, status, or social recognition, Stoicism offers a radically different perspective. It teaches that genuine confidence stems within, built on a deep understanding and acceptance of oneself, independent of others' opinions or the outcomes of external circumstances. This internal foundation makes Stoic confidence resilient, unshakable, and enduring, capable of withstanding life's inevitable challenges, criticisms, and failures. The Stoic philosophers, particularly Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, emphasize that true freedom, and by extension true confidence, comes from mastering oneself. As Epictetus famously stated, "No one is free who is not master of himself." This principle underscores the idea that confidence is not about controlling the external world, which is often unpredictable and beyond our influence, but about exercising dominion over our inner world, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions. When we achieve this mastery, no external event, no matter how daunting, can erode our sense of self-assurance, because our confidence is rooted in something far deeper than appearances or temporary successes. At its core, Stoic confidence is about cultivating a mindset that prioritizes internal strength over external validation. In today's world, many people mistakenly tie their self-worth to external factors, such as praise from others, professional achievements, or material possessions. For instance, someone might feel confident only when they receive compliments, secure a promotion, or gain a certain number of social media followers. While these external markers can provide a temporary boost, they create a fragile form of confidence that is easily shattered by criticism, failure, or comparison to others. A single negative comment, a missed opportunity, or perceived slight can send such confidence crumbling, leaving the individual feeling insecure and inadequate. Stoicism challenges this fragile construct by urging us to shift our focus inward, to build a confidence that does not waver in the face of external fluctuations. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, provides a powerful reminder of this principle. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength. This statement encapsulates the essence of Stoic confidence. It is not about controlling what happens to us, but about controlling how we respond to what happens. By recognizing the limits of our control, acknowledging that we cannot dictate others' opinions, the outcomes of our efforts, or the events of the world, we free ourselves from the anxiety and insecurity that come from trying to manage the unmanageable. Instead, we channel our energy into what we can control, our thoughts, our attitudes, and our actions. This shift in focus forms the bedrock of a confidence that is resilient and self-sustaining. To understand Stoic confidence, consider the example of someone who appears truly confident in their daily life. This person's confidence is not derived from their possessions, their social status, or the approval of others. Instead, it stems from their inner sense of self-assurance, their ability to remain calm in the face of challenges, and their commitment to living according to their values, no matter the circumstances. Such individuals do not rely on external validation to feel good about themselves. They are grounded in a deep understanding of who they are and what they stand for. This is a kind of confidence that Stoicism seeks to cultivate, one that is impervious to external judgments or setbacks because it is anchored in self-knowledge and self-mastery. For example, imagine facing a difficult situation, such as a public presentation or a challenging conversation. If you rely on external approval, you might feel confident only if the audience responds positively or if you avoid making mistakes. However, if you approach the situation with Stoic confidence, you focus on what you can control, your preparation, your delivery, your attitude, rather than worrying about the audience's reaction or the possibility of failure. This mindset allows you to perform with clarity and composure, knowing that you have done your best, regardless of the outcome. The result is a sense of inner peace and confidence that does not depend on external success, but on the knowledge that you have acted in accordance with your values and abilities. One of the key practices for building Stoic confidence is self-reflection, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that regularly examining your thoughts, actions, and emotions is essential for developing self-awareness and understanding. By taking the time to reflect on your values, strengths, and weaknesses, you gain a clearer sense of who you are and what matters to you. This self-knowledge forms the foundation of true confidence, as it allows you to make decisions and take actions that are aligned with your core principles, rather than being swayed by external pressures or fleeting desires. For instance, consider a moment when you felt uncertain or insecure, perhaps because you were worried about what others might think or whether you would succeed in a particular endeavor. By stepping back and reflecting on your values, perhaps integrity, perseverance, or kindness, you can remind yourself of what truly matters and refocus your energy on those principles. This process of self-reflection helps you build a confidence that is rooted in a deep understanding of yourself, rather than external validation or temporary achievements. It allows you to approach challenges with a sense of calm and clarity, knowing that your worth is not determined by external outcomes, but by your commitment to living authentically. Another critical aspect of Stoic confidence is the acceptance of failure and imperfection. Many people struggle with confidence because they fear making mistakes or falling short of their goals. This fear can paralyze them, preventing them from taking risks or pursuing their ambitions. However, the Stoics viewed failure not as something to be feared, but as an inevitable part of life and an opportunity for growth. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult." This insight highlights the idea that the fear of failure often holds us back more than failure itself. By embracing challenges and learning from our mistakes, we develop resilience and strengthen our confidence. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who faced countless failures before successfully inventing the light bulb. When asked about his many unsuccessful attempts, Edison famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset reflects the Stoic approach to confidence, seeing failures not as defeats but as valuable lessons that bring us closer to success. By adopting this perspective, we free ourselves from the paralyzing fear of failure and cultivate a confidence that is rooted in our ability to persevere and grow, no matter the obstacles we face. Stoic confidence also involves letting go of the need for external validation. In a world obsessed with social media likes, professional accolades, and peer approval, it is easy to fall into the trap of measuring our worth by what others think of us. However, the Stoics teach that seeking validation from others is a recipe for insecurity, as it places our confidence in the hands of external forces that are inherently unreliable. Instead, they encourage us to find validation within ourselves by living in accordance with our values and striving to be the best version of ourselves. This does not mean ignoring feedback or isolating ourselves from others. Rather, it means grounding our sense of self-worth in our own principles and actions rather than in the fluctuating opinions of those around us. For example, a Stoic might receive criticism from a colleague or friend, but choose not to let it shake their confidence because they know they have acted with integrity and done their best. Similarly, they might receive praise but not let it inflate their ego, recognizing that external approval is fleeting and ultimately beyond their control. This ability to remain steady in the face of both praise and criticism is a hallmark of Stoic confidence, as it reflects a deep trust in one's own judgment and values. Ultimately, Stoic confidence is about building a sense of self-assurance that is resilient, grounded, and independent of external circumstances. It is a confidence that does not rely on wealth, status, or the approval of others, but on the mastery of one's own mind and the alignment of one's actions with one's values. By practicing self-reflection, embracing failure as a learning opportunity, and letting go of the need for external validation, we can cultivate a confidence that is unshakable in the face of life's challenges. The Stoics remind us that true confidence is not about appearing strong or successful to others, but about knowing that we have the inner strength to face any situation with courage, clarity, and integrity. This inner confidence, rooted in self-mastery and self-awareness, allows us to live with purpose and navigate life's uncertainties with a sense of calm and resilience that is truly empowering. In the philosophy of Stoicism, living according to one's personal beliefs and values is a cornerstone of building unshakable confidence and inner strength. The Stoics taught that true self-assurance arises not from external achievements, wealth, or the approval of others, but from aligning one's actions with a clear and authentic set of principles that define who you are. When you know what you stand for and consistently live in accordance with those values, you cultivate a deep sense of purpose and clarity that serves as a foundation for confidence. This alignment protects you from the uncertainty, self-doubt, and external pressures that often erode self-esteem, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and conviction. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this idea when he said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." This profound teaching emphasizes that confidence begins with self-knowledge, understanding your core beliefs and making decisions that reflect them, rather than conforming to societal expectations or seeking to please others. By grounding your life in your own principles, you create a stable and authentic sense of self that fosters confidence, regardless of external circumstances or opinions. The Stoics believe that many people struggle with confidence because they lack a strong sense of identity and purpose. Without a clear understanding of their values, individuals may find themselves swayed by the opinions, expectations, or judgments of others, leading to indecision and insecurity. For example, someone might feel pressure to pursue a high-paying career that conflicts with their ethical beliefs simply because it is deemed prestigious by society. This misalignment creates inner turmoil, as their actions do not reflect their true selves, resulting in a fragile sense of confidence that depends on external validation. Stoicism counters this by encouraging individuals to define their personal beliefs and use them as a compass for decision-making. When your actions are rooted in your values, whether those values are integrity, kindness, courage, or justice, you gain a sense of certainty and purpose that is impervious to external influences. This inner alignment allows you to make choices with confidence, knowing that you are staying true to who you are, rather than trying to fit into someone else's mold or seeking approval from others. Living according to your personal beliefs also shields you from the self-doubt that arises when you try to please everyone. In a world where external pressures, from social media, cultural norms, or peer expectations, constantly vie for your attention, it is easy to lose sight of what matters most to you. The Stoics recognize that seeking universal approval is a futile endeavor, as it places your confidence at the mercy of others' unpredictable opinions. Instead, they advocated for a life guided by internal principles. Seneca, another key Stoic thinker, advised, as long as you know you are living according to your principles, don't let criticism from others shake you. This teaching highlights the importance of standing firm in your beliefs, even when faced with opposition or disapproval. For instance, imagine you've chosen to adopt a minimalist lifestyle because you value simplicity and sustainability. Friends or family might question your decision, criticizing your choice to forego material possessions or live in a smaller home. However, if your decision is grounded in your deeply held beliefs, their opinions will not sway you. This steadfastness builds confidence because it reinforces your trust in your own judgment and your commitment to living authentically. A powerful example of living according to personal beliefs can be seen in the context of career choices. Consider an individual faced with decision between a lucrative job that conflicts with their ethical values and a more modest position that aligns with their principles. A person who is clear about their beliefs, perhaps valuing integrity over financial gain, will confidently choose a path that reflects their values, even if it means sacrificing external rewards like wealth or status. This choice is not driven by external measures of success, but by a commitment to living in alignment with one's principles. The Stoics would argue that true success is not measured by money or recognition, but by the integrity of one's actions. Marcus Aurelius reinforced this idea when he wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By ensuring that your thoughts and actions are rooted in truth, integrity, and purpose, you cultivate a confidence that is unshakable because it is not dependent on external outcomes or fleeting markers of success. Self-reflection plays a crucial role in living according to your personal beliefs. The Stoics emphasize the importance of regularly examining your thoughts, actions, and motivations to ensure they align with your values. This practice of introspection allows you to gain clarity about what truly matters to you and to identify any discrepancies between your actions and your principles. For example, through self-reflection, you might realize that you've been prioritizing external validation, such as seeking approval from colleagues or chasing societal definitions of success, over your core values. By recognizing this, you can redirect your efforts toward choices that reflect your true beliefs, thereby strengthening your confidence. Marcus Aurelius exemplified this practice through his Meditations, a collection of personal writings in which he reflected on his values, actions, and decisions. By journaling and contemplating his principles, he was able to stay aligned with his beliefs and maintain confidence in his ability to make sound choices, even as a Roman emperor facing immense pressures. This practice of self-reflection is accessible to everyone and can be incorporated into daily life through journaling or simply setting aside time to think about your values and how they guide your actions. Living according to your beliefs also means acting consistently with those principles, even in small, everyday decisions. Confidence is not built solely through grand, life-altering choices, but through the accumulation of small actions that align with your values. For instance, if kindness is one of your core values, you can build confidence by consistently treating others with compassion, even in challenging situations. Over time, these small acts reinforce your sense of self and your commitment to your principles, creating a feedback loop that strengthens your confidence. The Stoics believe that every moment presents an opportunity to live in accordance with your values, and by seizing these opportunities, you cultivate a deep sense of self-assurance. Epictetus taught that confidence grows when you act in ways that are true to your beliefs, regardless of the scale of the action. Whether it's choosing to speak honestly in a difficult conversation or prioritizing time for personal growth over distractions, these choices build a foundation of confidence that is rooted in authenticity. Another key aspect of living according to your beliefs is the ability to stand firm in the face of criticism or opposition. The Stoics recognize that not everyone will agree with your values or support your choices, but true confidence comes from trusting your own principles, even when others challenge them. For example, if you value creativity and choose to pursue a career in the arts despite societal pressure to follow a more conventional path, you may face skepticism or disapproval from others. However, by remaining clear about your beliefs and staying true to them, you can navigate such challenges with confidence. Seneca's advice to remain unshaken by criticism underscores this idea. When you are grounded in your values, external judgments lose their power to unsettle you. This resilience allows you to move forward with certainty, knowing that your choices are guided by what matters most to you, not by the fleeting opinions of others. The Stoic practice of living according to your beliefs also fosters a sense of purpose, which is essential for confidence. When you are clear about what you stand for, every decision and action becomes meaningful, as it contributes to a larger vision of who you want to be. This sense of purpose eliminates the aimlessness and indecision that often undermine confidence, replacing them with a clear direction and a sense of fulfillment. For instance, someone who values environmental sustainability might find confidence in making choices that reduce their ecological footprint, such as adopting a plant-based diet or minimizing waste. These actions, grounded in their beliefs, give them a sense of purpose that transcends external validation and strengthens their self-assurance. The Stoics taught that purpose and confidence are intertwined. When you live in alignment with your values, you feel a deep sense of fulfillment that bolsters your confidence, regardless of external circumstances. In conclusion, living according to your personal beliefs is a foundational Stoic lesson for building confidence. By knowing your values, aligning your actions with them, and remaining steadfast in the face of external pressures, you cultivate a sense of self-assurance that is authentic and resilient. Self-reflection, as practiced by Marcus Aurelius and other Stoics, helps you gain clarity about your principles and ensures that your actions reflect them. Whether through major life decisions or small daily choices, living in accordance with your beliefs creates a stable foundation for confidence that is not swayed by criticism, failure, or societal expectations. The Stoics remind us that true confidence comes within, from living authentically and purposefully, guided by the principles that define who we are. By embracing the Stoic wisdom, we can build a confidence that is unshakable, empowering us to face life's challenges with clarity, resilience, and inner strength. In the philosophy of Stoicism, focusing on what truly matters is a fundamental principle for cultivating confidence and living a purposeful life. In a world saturated with distractions, social media, material possessions, societal pressures, and a constant pursuit of external validation, it is easy to lose sight of what brings genuine fulfillment and inner peace. Stoicism teaches that confidence grows when we align our energy and attention with our core values, inner tranquility, and the aspects of life within our control, rather than chasing fleeting achievements or superficial goals. By prioritizing what is essential, personal growth, meaningful relationships, and living in accordance with our principles, we develop a sense of direction and self-assurance that is resilient to external noise and chaos. Epictetus, a key Stoic philosopher, captured this idea when he said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This wisdom emphasizes that true value lies not in accumulating more, but in focusing on what genuinely enriches our lives. By filtering out distractions and dedicating our time to what aligns with our purpose, we build a confidence that is grounded in clarity and intention, unshaken by the external pressures that so often pull us off course. The modern world bombards us with endless stimuli that compete for our attention, from advertisements and social media notifications to societal expectations and the opinions of others. These distractions can drain our energy, cloud our judgment, and weaken our confidence by pulling us away from our core values. Stoicism offers a remedy by encouraging us to simplify our focus and center our lives on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advised, "Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary?" This simple yet profound question serves as a powerful tool for cutting through the noise of daily life and redirecting our attention to what is essential. For example, consider how much time and mental energy we often waste on activities that do not serve our long-term goals or values, such as scrolling through social media, worrying about others' perceptions, or pursuing material possessions that fail to bring lasting happiness. These distractions not only sap our energy, but also create a sense of aimlessness that undermines confidence. By consciously choosing to focus on what aligns with our principles, whether it's personal growth, fostering meaningful connections, or acting with integrity, we create a clear sense of direction that strengthens our self-assurance and empowers us to live with purpose. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, wrote extensively about the brevity of life and the importance of using our time wisely. In his work on the shortness of life, he reminds us, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. This insight underscores the Stoic belief that confidence arises from dedicating our limited time and energy to meaningful pursuits. When we allow ourselves to be consumed by distractions or external pressures, we squander opportunities to live in alignment with our values, which can lead to feelings of frustration and self-doubt. However, when we focus on what matters, our personal growth, our relationships, and our commitment to living virtuously, we cultivate a sense of purpose that bolsters our confidence. For instance, imagine working toward a professional goal, such as completing a project or advancing in your career. If you allow yourself to be distracted by social media, office gossip, or the pursuit of external validation, you may lose focus and feel uncertain about your progress. The Stoic approach would be to pause and reflect on whether these activities align with your goals and values. If they do not, you can let them go, redirecting your energy toward what truly contributes to your growth and success. This intentional focus creates a sense of clarity and confidence, as you know your efforts are directed toward what matters most. Focusing on what matters also involves prioritizing mental and emotional well-being over external achievements. The Stoics believe that true happiness and confidence stem from inner peace, not from external success or validation. When we chase external markers of success, such as wealth, fame, or the approval of others, our confidence becomes dependent on factors beyond our control, making it fragile and susceptible to external fluctuations. In contrast, when we cultivate inner peace through practices like mindfulness, self-reflection, and gratitude, we build a confidence that is resilient and self-sustaining. For example, practicing mindfulness, which aligns closely with Stoic teachings, involves being fully present in the moment and focusing on what is happening now, rather than being consumed by worries about the past or future. This presence of mind allows us to engage deeply with life, whether we're having a conversation, working on a task, or simply enjoying a moment of stillness. By focusing on the present and letting go of distractions, we strengthen our confidence, as we are fully committed to the task at hand and align with our values. The Stoic practice of letting go of what is outside our control is another critical aspect of focusing on what matters. Epictetus famously taught that we should concentrate only on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and decisions, and release our attachment to everything else, such as others' opinions, external outcomes, or unpredictable circumstances. This principle is particularly powerful for building confidence, as it frees us from the anxiety and insecurity that come from trying to control the uncontrollable. For instance, Many people feel anxious about the future because they worry about things beyond their influence, such as the economy, others' perceptions, or the results of their efforts. The Stoics would encourage us to shift our focus to what we can control: our preparation, our attitude, and our responses to challenges. By doing so, we build confidence in our ability to navigate life's uncertainties, knowing that we have done our best regardless of the outcome. Consider someone preparing for a job interview. They might feel nervous about whether they will get the job, an outcome they cannot fully control. By focusing on what they can control, researching the company, practicing their responses, and presenting themselves authentically, they approach the interview with confidence, knowing they are prepared to the best of their ability. Gratitude is another Stoic practice that helps us focus on what matters and strengthens our confidence. By appreciating what we have in the present moment, our health, relationships, or opportunities, we shift our attention away from what we lack or what could go wrong. This practice fosters a sense of contentment and fulfillment, which bolsters confidence by reminding us of our resources and strengths. For example, during a challenging period, such as a career setback or personal loss, practicing gratitude can help us focus on the positive aspects of our lives, such as support of loved ones or past successes, rather than dwelling on difficulties. This shift in perspective not only enhances our emotional well-being, but also reinforces our confidence, as we recognize that we have the inner resources to face challenges. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the simple things he was grateful for, such as his ability to think clearly and act justly, which helped to maintain a sense of purpose and confidence even in the face of adversity. Focusing on what matters also means simplifying our lives to eliminate unnecessary distractions. The Stoics valued simplicity and clarity of thought, recognizing that a cluttered mind leads to confusion and self-doubt. By streamlining our priorities and letting go of pursuits that do not align with our values, we create space for what truly matters. For example, someone might realize they are spending too much time on activities that do not contribute to their personal growth, such as excessive consumption of media or chasing superficial goals. By consciously choosing to simplify their life, perhaps by reducing screen time or focusing on meaningful relationships, they gain a sense of clarity and purpose that strengthens their confidence. This simplicity allows them to direct their energy toward pursuits that align with their values, creating a positive feedback loop that reinforces their self-assurance. In conclusion, focusing on what matters is a powerful Stoic lesson for building confidence and living a purposeful life. By aligning our attention with our values, prioritizing inner peace, and letting go of distractions and external pressures, we create a strong foundation for self-assurance. The Stoics remind us that confidence does not come from external achievements or validation, but from dedicating our time and energy to what truly enriches our lives. Practices like mindfulness, gratitude, and simplicity help us stay present, appreciate what we have, and focus on what we can control, fostering a sense of clarity and purpose. By asking ourselves, as Marcus Aurelius did, whether our actions are necessary and align with our values, we can navigate life's challenges with confidence and intention. This Stoic approach empowers us to live authentically, free from the noise of the external world, and grounded in the principles that define who we are and what we stand for. In the philosophy of Stoicism, self-reflection is heralded as one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and the cultivation of lasting confidence. The Stoics believe that by regularly examining our thoughts, actions, and emotions, we gain clarity about who we are, what drives us, and how we can align our lives more closely with our values and goals. This practice of introspection is not about self-criticism or dwelling on shortcomings, but about fostering self-awareness and learning from our experiences to become better versions of ourselves. By taking time to reflect, we develop a deeper understanding of our strengths, weaknesses, and motivations, which forms the bedrock of a confidence that is resilient and grounded in self-knowledge. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of daily reflection, recommending that we review our actions each evening, asking ourselves what we did well, where we fell short, and how we can improve. This disciplined practice, as he wrote, allows us to call ourselves to account and continuously refine our character, building confidence through the knowledge that we are actively working toward personal growth. Through self-reflection, we not only gain insight into our inner world, but also empower ourselves to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity, resilience, and self-assurance. Self-reflection, in the Stoic sense, is a deliberate and structured process that goes beyond casual introspection. It involves taking a step back from the busyness of life to examine our thoughts, behaviors, and emotional responses with honesty and objectivity. Seneca advised, "We should every night call ourselves to account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired?" This nightly ritual is designed to help us assess our progress, celebrate our successes, and identify areas for improvement. By engaging in this practice, we develop a roadmap for personal growth, which is essential for building confidence. When we know where our strengths lie and where we need to improve, we can make intentional choices to address those areas, fostering a sense of control and purpose. For example, imagine you've had a challenging day at work where you reacted impatiently during a meeting. Through self-reflection, you might recognize that your impatience stemmed from stress or a lack of preparation. Instead of judging yourself harshly, you can use this insight to develop strategies for managing stress or improving your preparation in the future. This process not only helps you grow, but also reinforces your confidence as you see yourself taking active steps to become a better version of yourself. One of the key benefits of self-reflection is its ability to help us identify patterns in our behavior that may be holding us back. Many people struggle with confidence because they repeat habits or reactions that undermine their self-assurance, such as reacting defensively to criticism or avoiding risks due to fear of failure. Through self-reflection, we can pinpoint these patterns and begin to break free from them. For instance, if you notice that you often hesitate to speak up in group settings because you fear judgment, reflecting on this tendency can help you understand its root cause, perhaps a lack of trust in your own judgment or an over-reliance on others' opinions. By acknowledging this pattern, you can work on building trust in your own voice, perhaps by preparing more thoroughly or practicing assertive communication. Over time, this process of identifying and addressing unhelpful patterns leads to greater control over your actions and decisions, which naturally enhances your confidence. The Stoics believe that confidence stems from knowing you are in command of your own mind, and self-reflection is a tool that allows you to achieve this mastery. Self-reflection also helps us apply the Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. Life is full of events and circumstances beyond our influence. Other people's opinions, unexpected setbacks, or external outcomes. But we have complete control over how we respond to these challenges. By reflecting on our reactions to difficult situations, we become more mindful of whether we are focusing on what we can control or allowing ourselves to be consumed by what we cannot. For example, after a heated argument, you might reflect on how you handled the situation. Did you stay calm and focus on expressing your perspective clearly, or did you let anger take over? By examining your response, you can learn to approach similar situations with greater composure and clarity in the future. This practice of reflection strengthens your confidence because it reinforces your ability to manage your reactions, even in challenging circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, frequently emphasized the importance of understanding one's own mind, writing, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." By reflecting on your thoughts and emotions, you can identify negative patterns, such as self-doubt, fear, or judgment, and work to replace them with more constructive beliefs, further bolstering your confidence. Another powerful aspect of self-reflection is its role in keeping us aligned with our values. The Stoics taught that living in accordance with our principles is essential for a fulfilling and confident life. Through regular reflection, we can ensure that our actions reflect our values, whether they are integrity, kindness, or perseverance. For instance, you might ask yourself at the end of each day, did I act with honesty today? Was I compassionate in my interactions with others? Did I stay focused on my goals? Or did I get sidetracked by distractions? These questions help you stay grounded in your principles, which strengthens your confidence because you know you're living authentically. If you discover through reflection that you've strayed from your values, perhaps by prioritizing external validation over integrity, you can make adjustments to realign your actions with your beliefs. This alignment creates a sense of inner coherence and purpose, which is a powerful source of confidence. For example, if you value fairness but realize you've been unfair in a recent decision, reflecting on this can motivate you to correct your course, reinforcing your commitment to your principles and boosting your self-assurance. Journaling is one of the most practical and effective ways to incorporate self-reflection into daily life, a practice famously employed by Marcus Aurelius through his meditations. By writing down your thoughts, actions, and emotions, you create a space to process your experiences, set goals, and track your progress over time. Journaling allows you to externalize your inner world, making it easier to identify patterns, celebrate growth, and address areas for improvement. For instance, you might write about a situation where you felt anxious, such as preparing for a public speaking engagement. By reflecting on why you felt anxious, perhaps due to fear of judgment or lack of preparation, you can develop strategies to manage those feelings, such as practicing mindfulness or rehearsing your speech. This process not only calms your nerves, but also reinforces your belief in your ability to handle challenging situations, boosting your confidence. Journaling also provides a record of your growth, allowing you to look back and see how far you've come, which can be a powerful reminder of your resilience and capabilities. Consider a practical example of how self-reflection can enhance confidence in a high-pressure situation, such as preparing for an important presentation at work. In the days leading up to the event, you might feel nervous and question your abilities, worrying about forgetting your lines or failing to impress your audience. Instead of letting these feelings undermine your confidence, you can take time to reflect. Why am I feeling this way? What's the worst that could happen? What past experiences have prepared me for this? Through this process, you might recall previous presentations where you succeeded or overcame challenges, reminding yourself of your capabilities. You might also realize that your anxiety stems from worrying about others' opinions, which is beyond your control. By refocusing on what you can control, your preparation, delivery, and attitude, you approach the presentation with greater calm and confidence, knowing you've done your best. This reflective practice not only helps you manage your emotions, but also reinforces your belief in your own abilities, creating a cycle of growth and self-assurance. In conclusion, practicing self-reflection is a vital Stoic lesson for building confidence and fostering personal growth. By regularly examining our thoughts, actions, and emotions, we gain valuable insights into our strengths, weaknesses, and values, which empowers us to make intentional choices and live authentically. Self-reflection helps us identify and break negative patterns, stay aligned with our principles, and focus on what we can control, all of which contribute to a deep sense of self-assurance. Through practices like journaling, as exemplified by Marcus Aurelius, we create a space for continuous self-improvement, allowing us to track our progress and celebrate our growth. Whether reflecting on a challenging day or preparing for a significant event, self-reflection enables us to approach life's challenges with clarity, resilience, and confidence. The Stoics remind us that true confidence comes from knowing ourselves and living in accordance with our values, and self-reflection is a key to unlocking this inner strength, guiding us toward a life of purpose and unwavering self-assurance. Resilience, a central tenet of Stoic philosophy, is a cornerstone of navigating life's inevitable challenges with confidence and strength, enabling individuals to face adversity with grace and emerge stronger from setbacks. The Stoics taught that true resilience is not about avoiding difficulties or suppressing emotions, but about focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth. This mindset transforms the way we approach life's uncertainties, fostering a confidence that is unshakable because it is rooted in inner strength rather than external circumstances. Epictetus, a foundational Stoic philosopher, encapsulated this idea when he said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This teaching lies at the heart of Stoic resilience, emphasizing that while we cannot control external events, be it personal failures, health issues, or difficult relationships, we have complete authority over our responses. By choosing to see challenges as avenues for personal development rather than insurmountable barriers, we cultivate the mental and emotional fortitude to face adversity with clarity and composure. This Stoic approach to resilience empowers us to build a confidence that endures through life's trials, grounded in the understanding that our strength lies in our ability to adapt and grow, no matter the obstacles we encounter. The Stoics believe that resilience begins with a clear distinction between what is within our control and what is not. We cannot dictate the actions of others, the outcomes of our endeavors, or the unpredictable events of the world, but we can control our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This principle is liberating because it frees us from the anxiety of trying to manage the unmanageable, allowing us to focus our energy on what we can influence. For example, consider someone who loses their job, an experience that can trigger feelings of failure, self-doubt, and fear about the future. A Stoic approach would involve acknowledging the loss, but shifting focus to what can be controlled. Updating a resume, seeking new opportunities, or maintaining a positive mindset. By concentrating on these actionable steps, the individual transforms a setback into a chance for reinvention, building resilience and confidence in their ability to navigate uncertainty. Marcus Aurelius reinforced this idea in his Meditations, writing, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This powerful Stoic principle suggests that obstacles are not to be feared or avoided, but embraced as integral parts of our journey. Each challenge we face provides an opportunity to develop resilience, strengthen our character, and deepen our confidence in our capacity to handle whatever life throws our way. A key Stoic practice for building resilience is premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, which involves mentally preparing for worst-case scenarios. By anticipating potential challenges, whether it's a difficult conversation, a professional setback, or a personal loss, we become better equipped to handle them with composure when they arise. This practice is not about dwelling on negativity, but about acknowledging that hardships are a natural part of life. For instance, imagine training for a marathon. A runner knows they will face physical fatigue, potential injuries, or moments of doubt. By mentally preparing for these challenges, visualizing how they will push through exhaustion or adjust their training after minor injury, they build resilience before the difficulties even occur. When the anticipated obstacles arise, they are less likely to be caught off guard, allowing them to respond with confidence and determination. This Stoic practice fosters a proactive mindset, enabling us to face life's uncertainties with a sense of preparedness and inner strength, knowing that we have already considered how to handle adversity. Resilience also involves maintaining a positive mindset in the face of adversity, a concept deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that our perception of events shapes our experience of them. Seneca wrote, "A man is as miserable as he thinks he is," highlighting the power of our thoughts in determining our emotional state. When we view challenges as insurmountable, we become overwhelmed and defeated, but when we see them as opportunities for growth, we approach them with purpose and resilience. For example, consider someone facing a serious illness. The diagnosis may be daunting, but a Stoic mindset would encourage them to focus on what they can control, such as following medical advice, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, or seeking emotional support, while accepting the aspect of the illness beyond their influence. By reframing the situation as a chance to demonstrate strength and adaptability, they cultivate resilience and confidence, even in the face of significant hardship. This positive outlook does not deny the pain or difficulty of the situation, but transforms it into a catalyst for personal growth, reinforcing the belief that we are capable of handling life's challenges. Emotional resilience is another critical component of the Stoic approach. Life's difficulties often trigger intense emotions, anger, sadness, frustration, or fear, and while these feelings are natural, the Stoics taught that we should not let them dictate our actions. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." This means acknowledging our emotions, but choosing to respond with reason and self-control, rather than reacting impulsively. For instance, imagine someone receiving harsh criticism at work. Their initial reaction might be anger or defensiveness, but through Stoic resilience, they can pause, reflect on the feedback, and decide how to respond constructively, perhaps by addressing valid points or improving their work. This emotional self-control builds confidence because it demonstrates our ability to remain calm and composed, even in challenging situations. By practicing emotional resilience, we develop the strength to navigate life's ups and downs without being overwhelmed, fostering a sense of inner stability that bolsters our self-assurance. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of accepting adversity as an inevitable part of life. Rather than fearing or resisting challenges, they encourage embracing them as opportunities to grow stronger. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body," suggesting that adversity, like physical exercise, builds mental and emotional resilience. This acceptance does not mean ignoring pain or pretending difficulties do not exist, but recognizing them as part of the human experience and using them as fuel for growth. For example, Consider someone who has experienced the loss of a loved one. The grief is profound, but a Stoic approach would involve accepting the pain as part of life's journey while focusing on what can be controlled, such as honoring the loved one's memory, seeking support, or finding meaning in the experience. By embracing adversity in this way, the individual builds resilience and confidence, knowing they have the strength to move forward despite their loss. Resilience in Stoicism is also about learning from setbacks rather than being defeated by them. The Stoics viewed failures not as endpoints, but as stepping stones toward growth. For instance, a business owner whose venture fails might feel discouraged, but a Stoic mindset would encourage them to analyze what went wrong, learn from their mistakes, and apply those lessons to future endeavors. This perspective transforms failure into a valuable teacher, reinforcing belief that setbacks are temporary and surmountable. By adopting this mindset, we build confidence in our ability to persevere, knowing that each challenge brings us closer to our goals. This approach aligns with the Stoic idea that resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about developing the strength to push through them, emerging stronger and more capable each time. In conclusion, building resilience is a fundamental Stoic lesson for cultivating confidence and navigating life's challenges with strength and clarity. By focusing on what we can control, accepting what we cannot, and viewing obstacles as opportunities for growth, we develop a resilience that is both mental and emotional. Practices like premeditatio malorum prepare us for adversity, while a positive mindset and emotional self-control enable us to respond to challenges with composure and purpose. The Stoics remind us that resilience is not about escaping difficulties, but about embracing them as part of our journey, using them to build inner strength and confidence. Whether facing a job loss, a personal setback, or an unexpected hardship, the Stoic approach empowers us to approach life's trials with a sense of calm and determination, knowing that our reactions, not the events themselves, define our strength. By cultivating resilience, we create a foundation for confidence that is unshakable, allowing us to face whatever life brings with courage, clarity, and unwavering self-assurance. In the philosophy of Stoicism, embracing a mindset of continuous learning and curiosity is a powerful pathway to building confidence and fostering personal growth. The Stoics viewed wisdom as the highest good, emphasizing that a lifelong commitment to learning, self-improvement, and staying open to new ideas is essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. Unlike the modern notion that confidence stems from knowing everything or projecting an image of certainty, Stoicism teaches that true confidence arises from humility, the recognition that there is always more to learn, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty as an opportunity for growth. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, captured this idea when he said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." This insight underscores the importance of approaching life with curiosity and an open mind, acknowledging our limitations, and seeing every challenge as a chance to expand our understanding. By fostering a mindset of continuous learning, we not only deepen our knowledge of the world, but also strengthen our confidence in our ability to adapt, grow, and navigate life's complexities with resilience and clarity. Curiosity, in the Stoic sense, is not merely a passive interest in new information, but an active pursuit of wisdom that transforms how we engage with the world. Many people struggle with confidence because they fear the unknown or doubt their ability to handle unfamiliar situations. Stoicism counters this fear by encouraging us to approach uncertainty with wonder rather than apprehension. When we view challenges as opportunities to learn something new, we shift our perspective from one of anxiety to one of excitement and possibility. For example, consider someone starting a new job in an unfamiliar field. Initially, they might feel nervous or insecure about their lack of expertise. However, by adopting a Stoic mindset of curiosity, they can focus on absorbing new information, asking questions, and learning from their experiences. This openness to learning allows them to build competence over time, which in turn strengthens their confidence. Instead of worrying about making mistakes, they see each misstep as a valuable lesson that brings them closer to mastery. This approach transforms the unknown from a source of fear into a source of growth, fostering a sense of self-assurance that is rooted in adaptability and resilience. The Stoics believe that confidence does not come from having all the answers, but from embracing the process of growth and self-improvement. Seneca, another key Stoic thinker, wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live. This teaching reflects a Stoic commitment to continuous self-improvement, not for external rewards, but for the sake of becoming a better version of oneself. By dedicating ourselves to learning, whether through acquiring new skills, exploring different perspectives, or deepening our self-understanding, we cultivate a confidence that is grounded in our ability to evolve. For instance, learning a new skill, such as playing a musical instrument or speaking a new language, can initially feel daunting. However, by approaching the process with curiosity and persistence, we gradually improve, and each small success reinforces our belief in our capabilities. Over time, these incremental achievements build a deep sense of confidence as we see tangible evidence of our growth and adaptability. This Stoic principle reminds us that confidence is not a fixed state, but a dynamic process, nurtured through our willingness to learn and grow each day. Another critical aspect of embracing learning and curiosity is the willingness to seek knowledge from others. Many people hesitate to ask questions or admit when they don't know something, fearing it will make them appear weak or incompetent. However, the Stoics viewed this humility as a sign of strength. Socrates, whose methods influenced Stoic philosophy, was renowned for his practice of asking probing questions to gain deeper insights. By adopting a similar approach, we can build confidence through collaboration and learning from those around us. For example, imagine a student tackling a complex subject like coding. Instead of struggling in silence, they can ask a mentor or peer for guidance, gaining new perspectives and solutions. This openness not only accelerates their learning, but also reinforces their confidence, as they see themselves actively engaging with challenges rather than shying away from them. The Stoics taught that seeking knowledge from others is a mark of wisdom, as it reflects a commitment to growth over ego, allowing us to build confidence through shared understanding and collective wisdom. Curiosity also involves challenging our own beliefs and remaining open to change. Confidence, in the Stoic sense, is not about rigidly clinging to our current perspectives, but about being flexible and willing to refine our views when presented with new evidence. The Stoics believe that wisdom requires constant questioning and reevaluation of our beliefs, ensuring that they are grounded in reason and truth. This adaptability strengthens confidence because it demonstrates our ability to grow and evolve, even in the face of uncertainty. For instance, consider someone who holds a strong opinion on a controversial topic. Through curiosity and open-mindedness, they might engage with opposing viewpoints, not to argue but to understand. If they discover flaws in their own perspective, they can adjust their beliefs, gaining a deeper understanding of the issue and confidence in their ability to think critically. This willingness to question and adapt fosters a resilience that is essential for confidence, as it shows we are not afraid of change, but embrace it as part of the learning process. Self-knowledge is another vital component of embracing learning and curiosity in Stoicism. The Stoics place great emphasis on understanding oneself, our strengths, weaknesses, values, and motivations, as a foundation for confidence. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Look within. Within is a fountain of good, and will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." By turning inward and reflecting on our inner world, we gain clarity about who we are and what drives us, which empowers us to navigate life's challenges with assurance. For example, through self-reflection, someone might realize they lack confidence in public speaking due to a fear of judgment. By exploring this fear and learning strategies to manage it, such as practicing mindfulness or preparing thoroughly, they can build confidence in their ability to communicate effectively. This process of self-discovery is a form of learning that strengthens our inner resilience as we come to trust our capacity to grow and adapt in any situation. The Stoics also recognize that curiosity fuels resilience by transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. When we approach difficulties with a mindset of learning, we see them not as threats, but as chances to expand our skills and understanding. For instance, consider an entrepreneur launching a startup. They may face setbacks, such as funding challenges or market competition, but by staying curious, researching new strategies, seeking feedback, and learning from failures, they can adapt and improve. Each challenge becomes a lesson, and each lesson strengthens their confidence in their ability to persevere. This Stoic mindset aligns with Marcus Aurelius' view of life as a fleeting and uncertain journey, as he wrote in Meditations. In the life of a man, his time is but a moment, his fortune dark, and his fame doubtful. By embracing this uncertainty with curiosity, we become more adaptable confident in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. In practical terms, embracing learning and curiosity can be applied to everyday life through small, intentional actions. Reading books, exploring new hobbies, or engaging in thoughtful conversations all foster a mindset of growth. For example, someone learning to cook might feel intimidated by complex recipes, but by approaching each dish with curiosity, experimenting, asking for tips, and learning from mistakes, they gradually build confidence in their culinary skills. Similarly, staying curious about others' perspectives, such as in a workplace discussion, can deepen our understanding and enhance our confidence in collaborating effectively. These small acts of learning accumulate over time, creating a foundation of confidence that is rooted in our ability to grow and adapt. In conclusion, embracing learning and curiosity is a transformative Stoic lesson for building confidence and living a life of purpose. By staying open to new ideas, seeking knowledge from others, challenging our beliefs, and pursuing self-understanding, we develop the inner strength to face life's uncertainties with resilience and assurance. The Stoics remind us that confidence is not about knowing everything, but about embracing the process of growth and viewing every experience as an opportunity to learn. Through practices like self-reflection, asking questions, and approaching challenges with wonder, we cultivate a mindset that is adaptable, resilient, and confident. Whether learning a new skill, navigating a difficult situation, or exploring our inner world, curiosity empowers us to grow stronger with each step, building a confidence that is unshakable because it is grounded in our commitment to continuous learning and self-improvement.